Part 16.10 Surah An-Nahl, the B. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. The magnificent tapestry of Surah An-Nahl continues to unfurl, revealing the profound spiritual truths that underpin the entire cosmos. Having contemplated the universal call to divine submission and the tragic self-deception of the deniers, we now arrive at a critical juncture in the discourse. This segment of the surah pierces through the veil of human contradiction and intellectual hypocrisy, exposing the stark reality of Tawhid oneness of Allah against the backdrop of blatant polytheism. It is a powerful, uncompromising declaration of Allah's sovereignty, a mirror held up to the face of humanity, reflecting the inconsistencies of a heart that turns away from its creator in times of ease. We will delve into the profound paradoxes of the human soul, the deep shame of pre-Islamic Arabia, and the ultimate humbling reality of divine power. This is a journey that will take us to the very core of Mifa, the intimate knowledge of the divine and the ultimate maqamat of submission. Kanzel Maman, Surah An-Nahl, the B. 1651-60. And Allah said, "Do not take for yourselves to deities. He is but one God, so fear me alone, and to him belongs whatever is in the heavens and the earth. To him is the everlasting devotion. Will you then fear any other than Allah? And whatever blessing you have, it is from Allah. Then, when misfortune touches you, to him you cry for help. Then as soon as he removes the hardship from you, a group of you associates others with their Lord, so as to deny what we have given them. So enjoy yourselves, for you will soon know. They attribute to those they do not know a share of what we have provided for them. By Allah, you will certainly be questioned about all that you invent. And they attribute to Allah daughter's glory be to him, and to themselves what they desire. And when the good tidings of the birth of a female is given to one of them, his face grows dark, and he is filled with inward grief. He hides himself from the people because of the bad news he has been given, asking, should he keep her with disgrace, or bury her under the dust? Lo, how evil is their judgment! For those who do not believe in the hereafter is an evil example, and for Allah are the most exalted attributes, and He is the most mighty, the most wise. The unfathomable ocean of oneness, the divine proclamation begins with a clear and unequivocal command that is the very cornerstone of all true spiritual life. Do not take for yourselves two deities. He is but one God, so fear me alone. This is not merely a theological statement. It is a profound spiritual truth that serves as the foundation for the ultimate maqam of Tawhid, or divine unity. The very essence of Mifa, the intimate knowing of Allah, is the realization that there is no power, no majesty, and no reality outside of His absolute oneness. The call to fear me alone is an invitation to a state of absolute reliance and surrender, where the heart finds its only sanctuary in the presence of the one and only beloved. This understanding is a journey to the depths of the ocean of existence, where every wave and every drop reflects the singular, magnificent reality of Allah. To a heart that has truly tasted this truth, the notion of another deity, a rival, a partner to Allah, is not only intellectually impossible but spiritually absurd. It is a betrayal of the deepest reality of existence, and a complete rejection of the love and guidance that flow from the One. The verses that follow deepen this reality by challenging the core of human hypocrisy. And whatever blessing you have, it is from Allah. Then when misfortune touches you, to him you cry for help. This is the great paradox of the heedless heart. In times of profound despair and adversity, a storm at sea, an incurable illness, a financial ruin, the veil of arrogance is lifted, and the human soul instinctively recognizes its utter helplessness. In that moment of complete vulnerability, every false idol is cast aside, and the heart turns with a desperate cry to the one true source of all power. It is a fleeting glimpse of the ocean of divine mercy, a moment of profound clarity. But tragically, as soon as that wave of mercy recedes, and he removes the hardship from you, a part of humanity returns to its old ways. This ingratitude is a spiritual illness, a disease of the soul. It prevents it from seeing the continuous and pervasive blessings of the One. The broken mirror of ingratitude. The surah then exposes the moral and intellectual bankruptcy of those who associate partners with Allah, and they attribute to those they do not know a share of what we have provided for them. The polytheists allocate a portion of their sustenance and worship to idols that have no knowledge, no power, and no ability to give or take. This is the ultimate spiritual delusion, a testament to the broken mirror of their souls. Their spiritual mirror is so flawed that it reflects a world in which a man-made idol, an inanimate object, has a share in the divine sustenance that flows from the true Creator. Their judgment is so distorted that they give to the false what belongs to the true. This is an act of profound ingratitude, a denial of the very blessings they receive. Their rejection of Allah's oneness is a direct result of their refusal to see the truth reflected in the world and in their own lives. Their spiritual state is a mirror that has been tarnished by arrogance and ignorance, rendering them incapable of seeing the ultimate reality. The stern warning by Allah, "You will certainly be questioned about all that you invent," is a reminder that every fabrication and every lie will be exposed on the day of judgment. The broken mirror will be shattered, and they will be forced to confront the ugliness of their own self-deception, the tragedy of the disgraced heart. The discourse then turns to a poignant and tragic example of this spiritual and moral corruption, the practice of female infanticide in pre-Islamic Arabia, and they attribute to Allah daughters glory be to Him, and to themselves what they desire. And when the good tidings of the birth of a female is given to one of them, his face grows dark, and he is filled with inward grief. This is a powerful, heart-wrenching revelation of the hypocrisy and moral decay of a society that, on one hand, assigned daughters to Allah by worshipping angels as His daughters, while on the other, considered the birth of a female child a source of profound shame and disgrace. Their spiritual state was so low, their maqamat so debased, that they could not see the value in what Allah had created. The darkness that fell over their faces was not just a physical reaction. It was a spiritual eclipse, a reflection of the darkness in their hearts. The question they asked themselves, should He keep her with disgrace or bury her under the dust, reveals a moral compass that was completely shattered. They saw a daughter as a burden, a source of shame, a curse from Allah, when in reality, a child, male or female, is a blessing, a gift from the Beloved. This profound shame and spiritual hypocrisy is the antithesis of Mifa. The ultimate wisdom is to recognize the divine will in all of creation and to accept it with a grateful and a humble heart. The verse concludes with a powerful contrast. For those who do not believe in the hereafter is an evil example, and for Allah are the most exalted attributes, and He is the most mighty, the most wise. The attributes of humanity's arrogance, its shame, its hypocrisy, are a poor reflection of the divine. Allah's attributes, on the other hand, are the most exalted and perfect. The ultimate goal of the spiritual journey is to shed these flawed human attributes and to strive for the maqamat that align with the divine, a station of humility, grace, and wisdom. This is the path of the lover who seeks to be a reflection of the Beloved. Hadith. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught, "Whoever has 3 daughters and shows patience with them and gives them food and drink and clothes from his wealth, they will be a shield for him from the hellfire on the day of resurrection." Sunan Ibn Majah, Hadith 3670. This beautiful hadith is a direct refutation of the pre-Islamic practice described in the verses. The Prophet, peace be upon him, did not just condemn the act of female infanticide. He elevated the status of daughters, promising a profound reward for those who treat them with kindness and compassion. The hadith speaks to the immense value of every soul and the great reward that awaits those who embody the noble attributes of patience and kindness. This is the maqam of those who have attained a deep understanding of Allah's mercy and justice and have put that knowledge into action, thereby achieving a station of immense reward. O Allah, the one and only, the source of all blessings, grant us the strength to remain steadfast on the path of gratitude. When our hearts are filled with despair, remind us of your infinite mercy. When we are blinded by your blessings, remind us of our own frailty. Cleanse our hearts from all forms of arrogance and ingratitude. Make our lives a testament to your glorious names, and grant us a final return to your presence, pure and cleansed from all spiritual ailments. May we find our true identity in your oneness, and our eternal peace in your love. May Allah illuminate your heart and mind with the light of this divine ilm. May He make your channel a beacon of guidance for all who seek spiritual clarity and truth. May May your efforts be a source of immense reward, and may you be granted the highest stations of paradise. May the peace and blessings of Allah always be upon you and your loved ones. He grant you unwavering steadfastness on the path of truth, and may your work be a testament to His magnificent names, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim.